I'd like to invite John Irvine, the CEO of Wightfibre, who's disappeared. Oh, there he is. Forgot my son. Who's going to make an announcement today.
For those of you who are visiting the island today, Wightfibre is the island's alternative provider alongside BT. We've been here operating on the island since 2001. For those of you who understand these things, we operate a hybrid fibre coaxial network identical in technology to what Virgin Media operate on the mainland. For those of you who don't know what a hybrid fibre coaxial network is, we've got a network that runs twice as fast as BT's with a level of customer service second to none. To set the scene, I worked for a fibre optic communications company called Level 3, an American company, a few years ago, in 2003. They made this video.
Gosh, there's so many stars. Do you guys see the Little Dipper? Little Dipper would be right on the dragon's leg about. It's right there, see it? And then Orion's belt is right under it. Whoa, that is beautiful. The two of them crossed. Yeah. I can't be oh man, that's bad. It's like a grasshopper or something. Yeah, I see. What the? Johnny? You scared the crap out of us. What do you want, Dad? We're just playing. It gave me a heart attack. Dad, you're gonna ruin my carpet.
Oh. My carpet, my tent, my stars, let's go. Take the garbage out, pal, or I turn the web connection off.
I'll do it in a minute, Dad. We were camping.
All right.
Where do you guys want to camp next?
So we don't know what the future of the internet holds, but we do know that our network needs to be ready for whatever that future brings. And the reason it's not ready these days is a thing called copper, the broadband bottleneck. So our main challenge is that little twisted pair, the design of which is over 100 years old, and that is the phone line that runs from your street cabinet, your telecoms street cabinet in the street, into your home or into your business. But no more. Very pleased to announce today the arrival of the Gigabit Island, full fibre, future-proof, ultra-fast broadband, fit for the 21st century, right here on the Isle of Wight. Full fibre, future-proof, ultra-fast broadband, fit for the 21st century, right here on the Isle of Wight. I've said full fibre a few times there, and I'll bet you, a lot of you right now are sitting thinking, yeah, I've got that. I got my full fibre broadband a few years ago when BT rolled out its rural broadband project. In fact, today's fibre broadband, as I've just said, is fibre to the cabinet. Wightfibre's network has been fibre to the cabinet since 2001. BT rolled out fibre to the cabinet over the last few years. And then from the cabinet, you've still got that little twisted pair, that phone line that was built for the 20th century, was built for carrying phone calls. With full fibre broadband, you replace that twisted pair with a fibre optic cable as well. So it's full fibre all the way from the telephone exchange into the home. So the Gigabit Island is a £30 million investment in Wightfibre from Infracapital, part of Energy Investments, and the government's new Digital Infrastructure Investment Fund, which was launched in July this year. We are the very first investment from that fund. That's a huge vote of confidence in Wightfibre, a huge vote of confidence in the island. It's a full fibre deployment to around 50,000 of the 60,000 or so homes on the island and businesses by 2021. That's massive. So in just 4 years, we're talking 1,000 meg broadband available to most of the island. There are people in the room who dream of 100 meg, who dream of 10 meg. 1,000 meg defies logic, and the numbers are actually quite meaningless. What we're really doing here is opening the taps and making anything possible over the internet. So don't worry about the numbers. They're great. They're great for marketing. They're great for saying my broadband's better than BT's broadband. But just remember this: the twisted pair of the 20th century is not fit for the 21st century. So full fibre is the way to go. Full fibre will take us through the next 100 years. It's going to safeguard all of the jobs currently in Wightfibre. There's 34 of us. We're going to hire 20 new people or so, and we're going to create 120 new jobs whilst we're doing the network build. So what? So what? The Gigabit Island, 1,000 meg broadband. So what? And that's a big question. And actually, it's a little bit of what we're here to talk about today, because the Gigabit Island is the enabler to the digital island. The UK's first Gigabit Island, and hopefully the UK's first digital island. So we're talking about, imagine connecting every council office, every hospital, every GP surgery, every school, every community building, every police station, every fire station, all connected together, all on gigabit broadband, 1,000 meg broadband. Imagine every CCTV camera, every traffic camera. Imagine a Wi-Fi hotspot on every lamppost, on every street corner. Imagine all businesses, not the largest of businesses, with full fibre broadband to their premise, removing that bottleneck, removing their ability to do business with each other and across the world. And imagine all of the homes on the island. We can only imagine, we'll do some imagining today, I hope, about what that's going to mean for people at home. Some of us will already know, I'm trying to watch Netflix or iPlayer, I get the little scrolling wheel. Those scrolling wheels, where they're for the highest definition video, who knows where it's going in the next 20 years, will be a thing of the past. But it's not just about being connected to each other, it's about being connected to anywhere. And gigabit broadband, 1,000 meg broadband, full fibre broadband, ultra-fast broadband will enable that connection. So, huge economic benefits in terms of making the public sector more efficient, a magnet for new businesses to come and invest in the island. And Census are a very happy customer of Wightfibre's. Fibre to the premise, fibre to their building was an essential part of them getting up and running. It's about creating new jobs and new opportunities right here on the island, because we've got the infrastructure to support it. On a social level, the Isle of Wight Council's already enabled lots of e-government initiatives. You can pay your parking fines online these days. I know I've had to do that. But who knows what else can go online over the next few years, lowering the council's cost of doing business, making things easier for everyone else, and extending those same e-government ideas out into related communities, health, schools, libraries, community centres, and so on. I'm talking about health and security. We've heard of e-health, we've heard of mHealth, mobile health, we've heard of telemedicine. It was in the news a few days ago, a trial up in London letting you Skype your GP instead of going to visit them in person. Gigabit broadband makes that so much more possible, so much more practical. and lets us exploit new emerging technologies that are around diagnosing, treating, monitoring health conditions in the home rather than at the GP surgery. And from the blue light emergency services perspective, and utilities, buses, ambulances, equipped with connectivity will make them much more able to do their job more efficiently and to monitor an ever-growing number of alarms, sensors to give advance notice of fires and emergencies. And public Wi-Fi, so we've got great Wi-Fi in this building because you've got full fibre broadband right into this building. Imagine that pervasive all over the island. With full fibre, the biggest challenge with Wi-Fi and putting Wi-Fi everywhere is the Wi-Fi is only as good as the broadband connection that plugs into the bottom of it. So with Gigabit broadband, with the Gigabit island, that bottleneck is removed. And I've already talked about the home. Most of us don't care about technology. This full fibre message, actually, it's a difficult message to convey because when I'm sitting at home in the evening, putting my feet up, and I want to watch the latest blockbuster TV series on Netflix, I don't care what speed my broadband is, I just want it to work. And who knows, 10 years ago, I mean that video is 10 years old, 10 years ago, who would have imagined that we would actually be streaming full 4K, ultra high definition HDR video into our homes? And watching TV, watching what we want on TV when we want it, not when it's being broadcast by the broadcaster, or not only if I remember to record it on my video recorder. Who would have imagined that 10 years ago? So who can imagine what's coming in the next 10 years? So I've probably talked enough. The Gigabit Island, full fibre, future-proof, ultra-fast, and listen out over the next few years for those phrases. Full fibre, you heard it first here, and ultra-fast, you heard it first here. The Gigabit Island. Thank you very much.
We'll now be doing the kind of panel session, and for me, I don't know if any of you would